deviled crackers from a cookbook that might look a little familiar. I'm reviewing dishes men like. I covered this cookbook for my 3rd video, so if you've been with me since then, holy cow, you deserve an award. It's been a while, and I thought that this book deserved another look. If you'd like to skip ahead to the recipe, you can go to this timestamp. Dishes men like. This book was published in 1952, because of course it was. With a title like that, when else would it have been published? This booklet came to us from Lea and Perrins, and you will see that as a theme throughout the entire book. Every recipe has a little bit of Lea and Perrins in it. I actually rewatched my video from when I first covered this book, and I realized I never really shared a lot of the illustrations, so I wanted to go ahead and do that. Starting with the cover, you've got some really fantastic drawings, depictions of some of the actual dishes from this book. On top of that, you have photographs of these dishes as well, so you can kind of compare. For example, we've got the cheese club sandwich. It kind of looks like a club sandwich that's covered in like a Welsh rarebit. There's a photograph of this as well. That is a cheese club sandwich. I kind of think the illustration's a little bit better. I don't know, maybe just because this is a black and white photo. But it's kind of cool that they have both, I think. There's also, you can mostly see it, it's a little bit covered by the title. There's macaroni camp style right here in illustration form. And then that is what macaroni camp style actually looked like back in 1952. There's a couple of really cute little drawings in here too that I wanted to share. And I can't believe I didn't do it the first time. I even read this entire passage in my first video. But I have like a little husband and wife here. The wife is serving up a dish that is so delicious and fragrant that you've got like the little scent lines going to her husband's nose. Some demonstrations of what you can do with Lea and Perrins, you know, with a beautifully manicured hand in them. Howdy, partner. We've got ourselves a cowboy. And I think is he having a hamburger? It's a barbecue chapter, so that's either a hamburger or a hot dog. These following illustrations I think are pretty helpful actually. I am not great at this either because I don't cook this way very often unless it's like a holiday. But there's an entire chapter or section here on how to carve. You've got your different kinds of meats. We've got a rolled rib roast, a crown roast, standing rib roast. These are all beef. These are all beef. Oh, but we do have, you know, there's a turkey in here. Usually if I'm making a turkey, I just hack it to pieces. I make a pretty good turkey. I'm just not very good at carving it. A leg of lamb, a pork loin roast, just about, you know, a lot of different kinds of like big cuts of meat that you would probably make and share with a lot of people most of the time. It's helpful information. It's not information that I'm going to use super frequently. But I respect that it's in there. Originally, I made Rink Tum Diddy Rabbit, which I thought was a hilarious name, but it turned out to be a real dish that's been around forever and ever. I remember it was kind of like a tomatoey cheese sauce that was very, very salty that you would eat on toast. It tasted pretty good. It tasted delicious. The texture was a little weird just because of the way it was made. But today I decided to go with these deviled crackers, partially because you may know that I'm moving and I am trying to use up all the stuff in my pantry, and I happen to have a box of saltines that needs to go. So it's a pretty simple recipe. It looks like you just season up some butter, spread them on the crackers, and then broil them. I thought that would make kind of a fun snack. I love a snack, I love a party food. And this does appear in the cocktail hour section. I don't know much about these. I've never had deviled crackers before, not quite like this. I've had seasoned crackers and seasoned pretzels. I hope they're good, and I'm about to find out. Quick and easy recipe today. This is only gonna take about 5 to 10 minutes. I will be cutting this recipe in half because I do not need 40 saltine crackers. Basically, all I have to do is cream some butter with some Worcestershire sauce. I do not have Lea and Perrins. This is just what I had on hand. Spread those on crackers, top with a little bit of paprika, and then bake them. I do happen to have 2 different kinds of paprika. I have sweet paprika and I have smoked paprika. So I'm gonna kind of like do a half and half thing. I love smoky flavors, so I feel like I'm gonna like this one better, but we'll see. We'll give it a try when I'm all done. Starting with some butter. This butter is very soft because it is warm. I think it's important to make sure that your butter is very soft because you're just gonna be creaming a little bit of liquid into it. And when I say little, I mean half a teaspoon. They did love their subtle flavors in the 1950s. Did I even need to get the mixer out for this? I probably didn't. What the heck was I even thinking? I could have done this with like a spatula. This liquid Worcestershire sauce does not really want to fully incorporate with this butter. So I'm working it together a little bit more. Okay, this is just, yeah, butter's just getting everywhere. Get some saltines out of here. I feel like they sell these in such a big box. I know sometimes you can find smaller ones, but not always. Just, that's so many. That is so many saltine crackers. It feels like I'm putting the world's strangest frosting on cookies. It doesn't indicate how much paprika to use. It just says sprinkle with paprika. I'm just gonna spoon a little into here so I can easily sprinkle it with my fingers. Just a tiny bit. I don't think I'm gonna need very much. This is the sweet, so we'll go here. Ooh, very pretty. Is something deviled when you sprinkle it with this? Because like if you think about deviled eggs, deviled crackers, deviled eggs, they both have paprika on top. Is it just because it's red? I should have looked this up before I went down this road. And now we have the smoked paprika. Even like looks different in color. It's a little brighter. So these are gonna be, oh yeah, this is like orange compared to the sweet. Will I even be able to taste a difference? I don't know. Did I miss anybody? Here are the deviled crackers ready to go into the oven. This side is sweet paprika, this side is smoky paprika. So now I have to bake these for 5 minutes. Okay, look at these cuties. They're still a little warm. I'm trying to let them cool just a little. Although I feel like serving them warm is maybe something you would do. It didn't say in the recipe. But we have the sweet here and the smoky over here. And I have the hiccups because I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper. So I think I'll start with the sweet. Truly, the butter seems to have just kind of melted into the cracker. In some cases, you can't even really see the paprika. It's like it almost went into the cracker as well. Okay, so let's start with the sweet. No. It really doesn't taste like anything different than a saltine. It got soft. I think maybe if I let them cool, they'll crisp back up. I can barely taste the Worcestershire sauce. I think if you added like twice the amount or more, it probably would help, but they just taste like buttery saltines, which isn't bad. Who doesn't love a buttery saltine? Now I'm going in for a smoky. That doesn't really smell that different. Little more flavor, but not a lot. These are subtle. These are some very subtle cocktail snacks. These did not knock my socks off. They're fine, I will eat them. I wouldn't bother making them again unless more seasoning like went into this. I like the butteriness. I think if you use like a different seasoning mix, Trader Joe's has this green goddess seasoning. I think that would be phenomenal on these. Just like spread them with butter. It doesn't even have to have Worcestershire sauce in it. And then sprinkle a little that green goddess seasoning. I'm doing that now. I still have most of a box of crackers to use up. Yeah, we're trying that one. But these, they're just like a little bit nothing to me. I want to like them more than I do, but there's just not a lot of flavor there. They do give me some good ideas though. I think these are a good jumping off point. I would recommend trying these with your own seasoning ideas. If you happen to love recipes and cookbooks from the 1950s, I have an entire playlist and I will link it in the description down below. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel by clicking on the red button below. I post videos about food, vintage cookbooks, and retro recipes every single week. Thanks again, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!